let something like this happen close to you. Tell me, have you ever lost somebody close to you to some bullshit? In the hands of another man, families just suffering. Whole lot of questions, ain't nobody answering. And ain't nobody listening. But I'm shouldn't have to tear this thing down to make them listen. Make them listen. Just to make them listen. We shouldn't have to tear this thing down to make them listen. Listen, go harder than you know they didn't have to do. We shouldn't have to tear this thing down to make them listen. Make them listen. Just to make them listen. We shouldn't have to tear this thing down to make them listen.
I'm gonna wait a couple more seconds and let some more people hop on.
You gon' see this shit in 3D, not just on your TV. Acting like you don't see me, I'll make sure that you see me. I'm not promoting violence, but every time I see sirens, they pull me over and they do me wrong, and I tell y'all and y'all silent. They killed my homie Pimp back in 2001. Out here, power tripping up, season with they guns. How could it be peace for you when ain't no peace for us? Only way you get some love back is if you showing love. And I shouldn't have to tear this thing down to make them listen. Make them listen. Just to make them listen. We shouldn't have to tear this thing down to make them listen. Listen, go harder than you know they didn't have to do. We shouldn't have to tear this thing down to make them listen. Just to make them listen. Just to make them listen.
We're going live, y'all. We're going live.
Listen, go harder than you know they didn't have to do. No, I'm not promoting violence, but I understand the violence. What I don't understand is why these young brothers keep dying. Don't be mad cause the hood is this. You gon' deal with that foolishness. You went to the police academy, pay tax money, you train for it. So what you gon' do if you ain't in this right mind? What? Kill it. What you gon' do if you resist arrest? What? Tell me what you gon' do. You try to run away. What? Kill it. Take it to the judge, what the judge gon' do? Hey, just let them shoot. Have to tear this thing down to make them listen.
This is Listen by Johnny Arcade.
Just to make them listen. Bringing up a fight. Tear this thing down to make them listen. Listen, go harder than you know they didn't have to.
Get ready to go live.
We shouldn't have to tear this thing down to make them listen. So what is it? Hate, love, you tell me, you tell us. No matter of fact, you tell them. The mothers and fathers that have gone too soon. Andrew Bland, Dontre Hamilton, Eric Garner, John Crawford III, Michael Brown Jr., Isaiah Ford, Tanisha Anderson, Kai Gurley, Tamir Wright, Romaine Prince, Corey Brown, Freddie Gray, and just then yesterday, Arden Sterling. Can't tell me these situations too intricate for life to not be taken. All we wanted y'all to do is listen. Can you hear us now? Can you hear it? Rest in peace to all the guys and goddesses who fell victim to the ones that was paid to protect them.
Hey, thanks everybody for joining. How's my sound? Is my sound coming through pretty good? Somebody let me know. Because my speaker is partially covered. Great, perfect, thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. The first thing I want to do is address the obviously apparent issue that we've been dealing with here with these murders. I call them executions, actually, is what they are. As you can see here on my shirt, close to 3,000 people since Ferguson have been killed in the United States alone by police. These are unarmed people killed by police in the United States. It's getting out of control. It is escalated to a level unheard of, unseen in history, in the history of this country, actually. And I personally feel that it's time to for me to make a statement about it. I want to go over a couple of things first. First of all, let's address Mr. President Obama, Barack Obama. Okay, he appeals to the older people, and when I mean the older people, I'm talking about people in my age group as well. I'm talking about people as young as born in the, I would say, the mid 80s, all the way down to the 40s, the 1940s. So from 1940s up to the mid 1980s, those people, for the most part, are totally duped by his display, his miraculous use of words, and what I call a Romeo tongue. He gets, first of all, he's not even in the country right now anyway. He's in Europe right now. Most people don't even know that. He's not even here. He did put out a little video, which was totally, to me, appalling, because why? It appeals to black people because it says specific things, key words that they like to hear, and it appeases them. Key words like Black Lives Matter, key words like black people being shot, key words like the stats that he put out. First of all, okay, let's talk about one thing. This guy has done absolutely nothing to quench this urgent need for justice to be brought to American families that have suffered these awful, horrific losses. The second thing is, he mentions in his speech that that there's going to be that there has been or is some type of a legislation that has been stalling out in Congress to help put some more laws in place to try to govern these police. Again, once again, appeasing the general population by making statements or claims of things that potentially might never even happen. Nothing definite ever being said by this man. The next thing is this suggested code of conduct training for police, which has been sent out to all police forces nationwide. According to him, in this speech that he put out, and I'll put a link under this post here, according to him, some police stations have taken this and used it, and some haven't. And that's his only response in with that regard. There's been no enforcement of these specific types of rules and laws that need to be put in place to hold these police officers accountable, to hold these police chiefs accountable, to hold these sheriff's officers accountable. There's nothing hardcore, in stone put in place to make this happen. So again, his whole speech was basically an appeasing speech to try to keep black people calm. It didn't do. He really didn't say anything. He talked in circles. He talked vaguely, and he in my personal opinion, pretended to be, a little. I don't even want to say the word distraught, but just concerned about what's happening. Meanwhile, he's not even here in the country. He should have been on the first plane back. I don't care what's going on over there. I don't care who he's talking to over there. I don't care what kind of vacation plans he had. He needs to be on the first plane back. He should have been touched down here in this country, because I'll tell you what, JFK would have been here already. He would have been here on the first trip. The first second he had a chance to get back, JFK would have been back here taking care of this situation. Let's talk a little bit about the Dallas shooter situation. First of all, you can't believe everything you see on TV. And I'm going to tell you right now, there are definitely some discrepancies in the story so far. And I don't even look at the news and I'm picking up discrepancies. Just by watching it for 15 minutes, I'm picking up information. There was multiple shooters. Then there were single shooters. Then there was people shooting from multiple rooftops. Now all of a sudden they kill one man, one black man. They blow him up with a bomb. And then they put a black cop on TV to say that we sent a robot into the corner that he was in, fully exposed corner. And we sent the robot back there with a bomb because we couldn't negotiate with him. Okay. All right. I've seen on this planet, in these United States, people negotiate with terrorists for 10, 15 hours. I've seen 10 and 15, sometimes 24-hour standoffs with people, the suspects that they're trying to apprehend, that may have hostages and things like that, where they've negotiated for hours and hours and hours with these people. So, if this story is actually true and correct, which I doubt that all the facts are correct, that this particular black man decided to just up and start killing white people because Black Lives Matter, and he's tired of white police and all this other stuff, and he's got these guns, and he's got so much ammunition that is falling out of his pockets. They can see all of this. and they're negotiating with this man supposedly. During this negotiation, they say that this man is telling them that, I'm doing this because Black Lives Matter, and I'm doing this because I wanted to kill some white people because what's going on with the cops. You can't believe this kind of stuff. I want to hear this man's voice on a recorded tape saying these exact words. I don't want to see a black guy come on TV, on CNN of all places, which is the most horrible station to be involved with. They tell the most lies. They pay governments and everything else. This is no secret. For them to have a black officer come on TV to tell the black America that they blew up a black man with a bomb. This was the biggest slap in the face out of all the things that they've done so far. Out of all the things they've done so far, this was the biggest slap in the face. To have a black man come on TV to tell black America that they just blew up a black man with a bomb because they couldn't negotiate with him. You've got so many different types of non-lethal weapons that the president signed off for that all of these police stations have received all around the entire United States. You've got bean bags, you've got blunt projectiles, you've got pepper balls, you've got active denial systems, which you don't even have to be close to the person with the active denial system, and they all have the active denial system. You can use the active denial system. It basically sends out a radio frequency to where you are. It can make you vomit. It can make you feel like your skin is burning, melting. It can make you feel like your head is going to explode. It's literally sending microwave beams directly into a person's body to get them to comply with whatever you want them to comply with. And trust me, once an active denial system is on you, there's nothing you can do to stop it. There's no begging. There's nothing you can do. You have to comply, or you literally will feel like you're going to die. I mean, you literally feel like you're melting inside of your skin. You mean to tell me they couldn't get a tranquilizer gun and tranquilize this guy? This guy is so key and so important to an investigation that might include multiple people. That might be a planned attack, because this is not some guy who just woke up and, you know what, I'm going to go do this today. This is obviously professional planned training. You need military techniques. You need to understand how to shoot. You need to understand how to shoot from a distance. You got to calculate time, speed, wind. I mean, I don't even know if there was a scope on any of these weapons. I mean, this is some skilled shooting. You're just picking off people, like they're just sitting in the bucket. This is some skill stuff. This guy was obviously whoever did this was either a group of mercenaries, ex-military, special ops. This is not just some guy. I mean, I hate to say this, black people, but most black people can't shoot a can 20 feet in front of them with a gun. We don't even hold guns properly in most cases. This is professional type stuff. So for them to come out and say they had to blow this guy up before apprehending him, because apprehending him would have been the key to the investigation itself, to find who kills your fellow officers. Why wouldn't you want to apprehend this guy and actually find out who actually did this crime? Because he had to work with somebody else. This is not something that you just do by yourself. This is a group, a planned event. This isn't a single person event. And I'm just telling you right now, you can't believe everything you see on TV. I'm not saying that these officers did not die. I'm not saying that at all. These officers may have well been shot and killed in broad daylight. And I feel bad for their families. I really, really do, because I wouldn't want this on my worst enemy. As most of you know, I'm not a prejudiced person at all. Matter of fact, the best man at my wedding was a white man. Most of my friends are actually white. It's just this black situation is getting completely out of control, and the way the media flips it and what they do with it to control and continue to keep you dumbed down and keep you mentally enslaved, it's got to come to an end. Okay, so we've tackled the whole fake Obama pitch that he's given, which was absolutely lackluster in my personal opinion. He gave no definite move of action or call to action on what should be happening. If I was sitting in that office right now and I got on a microphone, I'm going to tell you straight up, hey, this has got to stop. This is going to stop. It's going to stop today. That's what I'm going to be telling people. I'm going to be telling people it's going to stop today, number one. Number two, I'm going to go ahead and put some type of action in place that's going to make sure it ends immediately. Okay? The next thing that we have to be concerned with is how people are going to respond to this. Okay? We cannot respond with violence. We can't respond with trying to kill and shoot white people and kill cops and all this kind of crazy stuff, because it takes away from the true meaning of what we're trying to accomplish here. Another thing we can't do is we can't get caught up in the crying and rioting and marching. That's all a waste of time. Running through the streets and holding hands and doing, that's not going to get anything done for you. You got to hit people where it hurts. And where it hurts is, let me get this charger. How you hurt people is you got to hurt them in their pockets. Okay? You got to hit them where it hurts. You got to hit people in the pockets. That's the most important thing. I got to hold it up now because I got to charge it. If you don't hit people in the pockets, nothing is going to happen. You hear me? Nothing will happen unless you hit them in the pockets. What do I mean by hit them in the pockets? Let me tell you what I mean. If you think you're going to go out and march down the street and block up some highways and you're going to get some results, you're kidding yourself. You're kidding yourself. What you have to do is immediate legislation and laws have to be put in place immediately that will hurt the pockets of the mayor, the chief of police, and the actual police officer that has committed the egregious act. So if I'm a police officer and I have gone through my special training program so that I know now how I should act, how I can respond to specific situations, and I've graduated from that program, and now I go on the street and I kill somebody anyway, I shoot somebody anyway, I take a life anyway, I violate the law anyway, I steal money from people that I pull over, I rape women on the front of hoods. These are all things that have actually happened by cops. I sodomize kids, I watch child porn, all these different things besides killing people. And that's just the icing on the cake, killing the people. I get caught with drugs in my system. The next thing we have to do, we have to put in that same thing. They have to be drug tested. They're all, not all of them. A lot of them are on steroids and other types of drugs that give them these specific types of energies and these types of spirits they get inside of them through these specific type of drugs and the steroids. They need to be drug tested. So they violate any of these things, they need to be fined. And that money needs to come out of their pension. Pension money, retirement money needs to be withdrawn. And then it goes up the pipeline. So now, me as the police chief or the sheriff, I have a police officer that has graduated my training and has actually violated the training that I provided for them, that he graduated. I signed off to just say, this guy is ready to go on the streets. And I send him out on the streets and he screws up. Now, guess what? Me as the sheriff or the chief, my money is coming out now. My money, my pension money, my retirement money is getting docked permanently. Whatever percentage is agreed upon is coming out of my retirement fund. I'm getting hit in my pockets. Now I'm pissed off. Then it goes up the next pipeline, the mayor. The mayor over the whole town who controls the whole thing, his retirement fund, his health benefits, all his stuff is getting docked. He's getting a percentage wiped away. If his medical benefits are free for life, well, now maybe he's got to pay $800 a month for medical benefits. Maybe he's not getting his golden parachute retirement fund that he thought he was going to get. Maybe it's barely even a parachute that'll open anymore. Now, guess what happens? When you hit people in the pockets, now all of a sudden, everything starts to change. Yeah, oh yeah, no, we can't be doing this anymore. Listen, let me tell you something. Come over here, officer so-and-so. Let me talk to you for a minute. You see what you just did here? You just ruined my retirement money. You just took away my trip for me to go fishing with my family next year. You just took away the money I was going to use to pay off my mortgage so that I can relax and enjoy my retirement. No. You're being prosecuted. You're done. I got to make an example out of you for what you did. Because I signed off on your graduation. You graduated. You knew what the rules were. You went out there. You did these crimes. Guess what, buddy? No, you're getting prosecuted. There's no way in the world you're gonna be able to continue on this force or any other force. Not only are you getting prosecuted, now you're getting blacklisted. Yeah, the word black coming back into play. You're getting blacklisted. That means you won't be able to work anywhere else, not even for security. Okay? So when you hit them in the pocket, see, these are the type of things that happen. When you hit people in the pockets, all of a sudden it's miraculous. Things get different real quick. So again, police officers, they need to be hit in the pockets hard. No more of this paid vacation stuff. No, you screw up, we're going to take away your pay pending the investigation. Now, if we have the investigation and find you were in the right, we will reimburse you for the pay you lost. See, this is how it's got to work. Then the next thing you know, the sheriff or the chief, he just got docked. He might lose 10,000. And if a person sues the city and sues the police department and wins, by basically have to sue the city. If it has to do with the police, guess what? That money's got to not come out of the taxpayers that live in that damn city. The money's got to come from the police station. And if it means they have to go out of business, they got to go out of business. If it means there's no money left from the pay their own salaries, the payroll can't be met at the police station because so-and-so sued them and won $2 million, so be it. So be it. You have to hit these people in the pockets. Forget this marching crap, holding hands and walking down the streets and crying and carrying on and praying and all this kind of stuff. No, 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 no. You pray for a better day. You pray for the strength to stand together and go against this oligarchy of a government that we have. You pray for the strength to actually stand up for your rights. You pray for the strength to go in there and find out who we have in power that has enough money and how much money can we all leaders pull together to pay off whoever we got to pay off to get these bills to pass through, just like the other politicians do. They get paid off to pass all these bills and legislations. You go to sleep and you wake up, there's a new law. Meanwhile, Obama's saying in this little speech here that we hoping that we can get this thing now that this happened. Maybe this will speed it through the process. Meanwhile, he could sign executive order after executive order. You go to sleep and wake up. The next thing you know, the whole world's changed. Nobody told you about nothing. You don't have to wait for it to pass through legislation. That's a bunch of bull crap. It's a side story. It's a diversion tactic. Don't fall for the bull crap. Don't listen to the puppets. Let me tell you, the only thing that's going to work is people got to get together and we have to get our own laws in place. And the only way to do that, we got to buck up together. All the work I've been doing, bringing black people, white people, Hispanic people, Asian people, all people of all races together, Native Americans, and be able to stand as one, has been all erased almost in 48 hours. That sucks. That absolutely sucks. I fight for unity every day on a daily basis. It's got to stop. And the only way it's going to stop is everybody, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Puerto Rican, no matter what race, nationality, Mayan, doesn't matter. Everybody's got to stand up for once and say, hey, man, we got to hit them in the pockets. We've been marching. We've been praying and crying. We've been begging. We've been everything you could think of. We've done. We've been rioting. We done burnt down cities. We burnt down our own cities. And cities, it don't matter if you burn your own city down anyway because you don't own anything in your city anyway. So it doesn't really matter. You burnt down somebody else's property, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Okay, you flipped over cars and all those other cars. Listen, money hit people in the pockets. That means I'm now going forward on a straight mission, another mission on this planet. I gotta connect with all the people in financial power now, and I got to get some money into somebody's hands, some kind of which way, because this legislation, these laws, whatever these things need to be, they need to be done. People from the mayor to the police chief, the sheriff, and to the actual officer that commits crimes that are actually convicted of these crimes, found guilty of these crimes, they got to get hit in the pockets. From this point forward, we got to find a way to hit them in the damn pockets. This has got to stop. This has got to stop. People got to stop, going around, black lives, all lives, blue lives. No, forget all that. We're going to the pockets now. It's time to go to the pockets. Hashtag pockets. That's what I'm talking about. Hashtag pockets. Hit them in the pockets. That's the mission. Everybody who knows anybody in any power, political, financial, whatever, connect those people with me. Bring them to Forbidden Knowledge. Let me know what the hell is going on so I can connect with these people, because we got to go and we got to get these laws put in place nationwide to stop this violence and stop this Willie Lynch and this police brutality. And if you think they're only doing this to black people, you're fooling yourself, because they're not just doing this to black people. Black people show up on the news more about it, okay? But they're doing this to white people. They're doing this to their own kind. They don't care. They don't think it's only white cops. That's another thing I want to bring up. It ain't just white cops. It's black cops. It's Chinese cops. It's Asian cops. It's Spanish cops. It's every kind of race, nationality cop you could think of They're all on the same team. It's a big gang. It's a big gang is what it is. Okay? And what they're doing is they're going out there and they're pumped up on all these steroids. They're pumped up on all this training that they've taken that they can't utilize. It's like being a soldier, being trained for 10 years straight, and then you never get a chance to use all that skill and all that stuff you learned. And then the first time you get a chance to use it, guess what you do? You abuse it. You so chomping at the bit to make something happen, to utilize all this stuff you've been trained on for so many months and weeks and years. When something happens that doesn't even require that level of training, that require a response, you go ahead and you actually use it. You abuse it. You abuse what you've learned. You've overreacted to a situation that's not even close to that. You got this military style training. I had a situation at one of my companies where somebody actually fraudulently used one of my customers' payment information. I called the police to come out there. This is years ago. Cop comes with 2 guns on, 1 gun on each hip, flak jacket, boots up to his knees, another gun down by his ankle, and his car outside had like one of those rolling bars on the front to ram people and all that kind of stuff. I said to the guy, I said, are you coming to Iraq or are you coming over here to write me up a simple police report and give me a case number? What the hell are you doing, dude? Like, what is this? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Overreacting. We've given them all these old war weapons, all this machinery. We've given them all this military gear, and then we've tricked them into thinking that they're soldiers. Well, guess what? They're public servants. They're not soldiers. Soldiers totally something different. I know what a soldier is. Okay, I know what a soldier is. They're not soldiers. They're public servants. They're supposed to keep the peace. And if something's over their head, they need to call a damn soldier. That's what the soldiers need to be used for. Forget going and killing people in other countries. They need to be over here cleaning up the mess. So, if you have a real situation, you call a cop. Cop comes out. He should be able to handle that situation and leave that situation without any deaths, unless absolute force is definitely needed. If his life is in danger, somebody's life is in danger. For the most part, with all of these weapons that they've got now that can actually take you out, grenades, stun guns, bean bags, active denial system, there's no reason for anybody that's a suspect, listen to that keyword, suspect, to be murdered. Because in this country, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. So the guy that they blew up with that bomb yesterday, they blew up a man who's supposed to be presumed to be innocent. I don't care what you think he's done. I don't care what witness so-and-so said he did. Until he gets to court and that's all proven, you just killed the innocent man yesterday. And then you put a black man on TV to tell me that you just killed the black man with a bomb. You just slapped me in the face again, and people are sucking it up like, oh yeah, this guy, man, they had to blow him up. No, they didn't. They could have subdued this man with so many different tactics and techniques that they've learned over the years. They could have negotiated with him for another 8 hours till he got tired. They could have kept him from eating in water. They could have did all kind of things with this guy. They could have hit him with a tranquilizer dart. They could have done so many different things. So you can really have an investigation to find out what exactly happened, who he knows, who is working with him, or who was working with him if that was the case, and if he was really the person who did anything. But we'll never know that. All we're going to get now is a statement from a black man on TV, a black cop, saying that this other black man said he wanted to kill white people, and now he's dead. His body's been exploded. Sorry, you'll never get to see. It's a closed casket. Just like Osama bin Laden. Oh, yeah, we blew his head off and they threw him in the ocean. Sorry, you'll never get to see him. Come on now. How long are you guys going to go for? How long? How long are y'all going to continue to go for this foolishness? I mean, when is it enough? When is enough? Forget the marching and the crying and the carrying on and the snot crying and running through the streets and all this. You got to hit them in the pockets. I want everybody who can hear my voice, get on my Forbidden Knowledge page on Facebook. Get on my Forbidden Knowledge Instagram page with a 4bidden knowledge. Come on my personal Facebook page right here. Connect me, send me private messages. I don't care what it is. Connect me with the people I need to talk to. ASAP. Connect me with the people I need to talk to. I obviously don't know the person I need to talk to, because if I did, I'd have this done. I know people in powerful places, but nobody that can push a law like this through. All they can do is give me intel. I forget intel. These people need to be getting fined. I need money. When somebody comes to my office late, they get a fine. If somebody doesn't come to work without a doctor's note, they get a fine. And guess what? They don't do it no more. They don't like getting hit in the pockets. If somebody gets on one of my offices and they tell a lie on the phone to a customer, and we listen to that recording, we heard that recording, and then we find out it was the lie that they said, guess what happens? They get a fine or fired or both. They may not even never see the last paycheck. This is how you deter people from doing bullcrap. You must hit them in the pockets. Period. This is Forbidden Knowledge signing off.